very excited to be talking to you today. I am going to be linking a very important podcast in the description of this video, and I urge you to listen to it fully and then share it with everyone you know. Literally go out, share it with everyone, because the amount of exposure about the Islamic infiltration of the Toronto Star, nonetheless, is going to shock you. I had to listen to this podcast 2 different times because halfway through it, I had to stop it. I started to hyperventilate and my heartbeat went up because I was mortified at what is going on in this country. I don't understand how any of this has come to this boiling point, which we are seeing now. So there is a fake news, for all of us who do know this. I mean, we know this. There is a fake news epidemic in North America in general. But in Canada, it is scary. It's reaching a near lethal level, I would say. I have a question for Kathy English and the board of the Toronto Star. Do you even give a shit about people like me? Do you give a crap? Do you even want to know what it is we ran away from and why we are in Canada and why we're attacking you? Just a question. Because in that report, the investigator tried multiple times to get any kind of response from the board of the Toronto Star and from Kathy English. Never did. And then now that we're gonna expose them, they'll probably be upset. Or who knows, they might be quiet again. So people like me ran away from Islam and Islamic craziness and Islamic hell. And we came to Canada to live happy and free in a country that is not infiltrated with Islamists. In a country where we can feel safe and be proud, you know, to know that this is freedom. We're here. And what do we find? People like Kathy English and the Toronto Star board who are not just promoting Islamist ideology and Islamists, but they're also covering up for them. What does one say? I'm linking the Quiggin Report number 33 to this episode. I want you to see the frightening state of the Islamic infiltration and the corruption of the Toronto Star, and how they operate, and what is their modus operandus, do you think? What is the purpose of this newspaper? Why do they even have stocks? And why is Goldman investing in the stock of the Toronto Star? I want to know. What does the Toronto Star have to say that's so amazing to have a stock that is being supported by people like this? The media should be present in a place like Canada, actually any place. The media should be unbiased. That's why there should be media. That's why there is media. To call out the people if there is a mistake. To call out the government if there is a mistake. But that's not the case right now in Canada. The media, mainstream media, MSM, when you see that word MSM, that's what that means. Mainstream media. Toronto Star, CBC, Global, The Post, all of those, the mainstream, which, you know, our taxes go to. You know, whether we like it or not, you know, our taxes go to these people so that they can feed us lies and brainwash us. That's why they take our money. That's why they have important stocks that people invest in, so that they can give you Islamic lies. So that's why media should exist as a balance in society. But what is happening in Canada and what we're seeing now is the media has sided with the government. And criminals, not just the government. If there's a terrorist attack, the media will hide it, cover it up, and tell you to embrace the terrorists. No, not the terrorists. To embrace your neighbors. They're good people, they're victims. You have to embrace them, even if they have how much carfentanyl that can end the entire population of Canada. You must embrace and love and be nice and a socialist and all that stuff. So the media right now, I personally have a lot of anger towards the media. The Toronto Star especially. They're filthy, I think. If this is true, and I don't see anyone debating it and saying that it's a lie. So instead of an honest, ethical, and non-biased media, what do we have in Canada in 2018? We have an MSM that is fully controlled and is a slave to politics and politicians, corrupt politicians, and money. Regardless where this money comes from, it seems. I mean, all you have to do is listen to the Quiggin Report. I'm not inventing anything here, guys. Why are they doing this? To keep the population subdued? Do you think? Why aren't we being told the truth by the media? Why does the Toronto Star like to write about people who have ties to the ISNA, who openly want Sharia law in Canada? Like, that's all they want, actually. That's their main purpose. The ISNA is to have Sharia law in this country, and they will keep pushing for it. They've been pushing for it for years. Why do they interview these people in their articles and never really expose them? Never really give you the full background about these people? Why? You know how many times I've tried to go to an MSM, CBC. They were supposed to do a documentary on me about my escape from Saudi Arabia, my sexual assault by a Saudi doctor, and how I was defunded by the Saudis, and the hospital here in Nova Scotia threw me out, accused me of being crazy, but the guy who assaulted me stayed. You know, you don't, how many times, I can't even tell you that I've tried to get this story told in mainstream media. And you know what I was called? I was called an Islamophobe. So why do they write about these people with these Islamic ties, Muslim Brotherhood ties, Islamic terrorist organization ties in Canada? They write about them a lot, it seems. And they write about them in the most positive of light. Like they're just good, kindred souls. Just here, trying to go about their business. You need to listen to the Quiggin Report if I haven't said that already. Please listen. It's all in there. And then, as well, in that Quiggin Report, there was something interesting about a Mississauga Muslim festival that the city actually sponsors, that the Toronto Star loves. Apparently, they always cover this event. And the people involved in this event. This this Mississauga Muslim Fest doesn't allow female singers to sing, guys. Not only that, but if you submit any artwork, it has to be compliant with Sharia law standards for art and exhibition. How do you feel about that? That your city is funding a festival where female musicians are not allowed to participate because Islam. How do you feel about that? Do you feel good about this? What is happening in this country, guys? I woke up this year and I don't feel like I'm in Canada anymore. I will do more videos over the next few days about the Toronto Star because I would like to have my questions answered. Please have a listen to the Quiggin Report 33 Again, I am linking it in the description of this video. Thank you for everyone who listens. To my subscribers, I thank you. I appreciate you. You will get nothing but honesty from me. To all my anyone who donates, thank you again.